In previous videos, I've talked about the importance of user-generated Spotify playlists. I've also talked about the importance of growing your own playlist and creating your own user base of fans around your music and your playlist to help you control the early day narrative of streams. In this video, I'm going to give you some tactics and steps to find more playlists in the genre of music you're making, so your tracks then sit alongside other DJs and producers in your genre. Whether that's house or tech house or drum and bass or techno or disco or jungle or any other myriad of underground dance music genres, these steps are going to work for you. Hey, it's Graham Farmer, founder of dance music magazine Data Transmission, Twitch partner streaming on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. On this channel, I love talking about Spotify and giving you tips and advice to grow as DJs and producers across the platform so you get more streams and more fans. So if you're struggling with Spotify and having to grow on the platform, consider subscribing to this channel so you get notified every time we drop a new video. From coaching DJs and running Data Transmission for the last 14 years, I've helped DJs and producers get releases on Spotify, grow their following and fan bases and playlists and their streams of their music so they can get discovered and build careers in electronic music. When it comes to Spotify playlists, there's three big types. The editorial playlists that are owned by Spotify and they have the little Spotify logo in the corner. When you click into them, they'll say the creator is Spotify. The second type is the algorithmic playlists. These include things like Release Radar, Discover Weekly, Radio, Daily Mix, and these are generated by the algorithm from your listening tastes. The third type is user-generated or third-party playlists, and these are generated by general users like you and I. Data Transmission has a whole host of them covering all the ranges of dance music and genres, but also things like magazines and brands. Your mum has them. There's ones for cooking and workouts. These are the ones you can target for you and your music and get your music aligned with other DJs and producers so you can actually grow your fan base and be discovered. We spoke a few weeks ago about making your own playlist as a DJ and producer. And if you've not checked that video out, I'll link to it below because it's really important to start growing your own playlist. You'll see so much on social media. The bigger DJs and producers announcing on Fridays they've updated their playlist with some new tracks and they'll be tagging the artists they've been supporting in that playlist. But how do you get your music onto these third-party playlists? How do you reach out to people and how do you get in touch with them? So today I'm going to give you some actual steps to do just that. Number one is using search. This is a free little hack, and basically the search on Spotify is really powerful. And when you search for words, it searches in the descriptions and the titles of the playlists for those keywords. So if you type in the genre you're looking for, tech house for instance, it'll bring up a list of all the playlists that have tech house in either the title or the description. If you add, for instance, gmail.com to that search, so you type tech house space gmail.com, it'll bring you up a list of all the playlists that have got a gmail.com email address in the description. So you then can literally go through all those playlists and pull out those email addresses and start emailing them with your pitches. This is proper long-winded, but if you're tight on budget, it's massively free. It just takes a bit of time to go and do the search. The other thing you could do is search for Instagram in the search term. So maybe you do the genre, drum and bass, and Instagram. This would hopefully then give you a list of all the playlists that have got an Instagram account listed as a description. Again, you could then pull these off, DM all the accounts and say, hey, I make drum and bass like this. I like 3 of the tracks in the playlist. Mine is similar. Could you consider putting it in your playlist too? As I said, this is massively labor intensive, but it's super free. So get your hands in there, get dirty, get copy and paste in, and build yourself a database on a spreadsheet. I would definitely put these all on a spreadsheet so you can remember them and then you can message them every time you have a release. Number 2 is using the artist like and discovered on as part of the Spotify app. Again, on desktop version, and I really use desktop version the most because it's really powerful and it's a lot easier to kind of copy and paste and stuff. Go into artists that are similar to you. So first up, make a list of all the artists that are similar to you, putting out similar music, releasing similar releases in the genre you're making music. This list is going to be handy down the line as well. So keep that and build to that spreadsheet. Then go into each of those artists and look at the playlist they're discovered on. If you scroll down their artist page, you'll see there's a section of discovered on. What you can then do is see all the playlists that they're discovered on, go into those playlists and see if they've got an email or a spot or Instagram or somewhere of contacting them. You can also look at the owner of those playlists and do a bit of a backwards searching via Google to see if you can find the owners of the playlists. And again, either Facebook or Instagram or an email address. You have to get in and dig deep for them. You can also use the fans also like. So once you've found these artists and DJs, go and look at their fans also like and kind of spider out there. Again, looking at playlists, building a list, building a spreadsheet. Again, it's proper labor intensive, but if you're kind of in the not much money, not much marketing budget for yourself at the moment, it's free again. So just get in and get dirty and build this spreadsheet for yourself. It's going to help your releases and help you get on, find more playlists. Number 3, network. If some of your favorite artists and labels have playlists and they're talking about them on their social media, maybe get in and have a look at those playlists and see if they're putting tracks in from other labels, first and foremost if they're a label, because some labels won't. Look at going to the DJs and see if they're supporting other artists or if it's just their own music. Do the research and then find tracks that are similar to you and then DM those artists or labels and see if they'll support your music as well. Or if it's a label and you've been speaking to my email, drop them an email and say, hey, I see you're supporting tracks on your Spotify playlist. Would you mind consider supporting mine as well? You're going to have to be persistent with this. These artists and DJs are going to get loads of DMs and they're probably going to miss you. So be persistent, message them, and also message them at the right time. Thursdays and Fridays are when people are updating their playlists because the new music on New Music Fridays come out on Fridays. And this is when people kind of get in that mindset of updating their playlists. So message them on a Friday morning or a Thursday morning and see if they'll do it then. They're in that headspace. For us at Data Transmission, we accept submissions to our playlist and we do that in our Discord. So if you want to get on our New Music Friday playlist, the link to our Discord is below. Come into our Discord. There's a new music Spotify section in the Discord. And all you need to do every Friday morning, drop your link in there and we will check out the tracks to see if they're right for our playlists. And we try to support as many up and coming artists as we can in our New Music Friday playlist. Our bigger playlists are supported via our course. So if you're part of our course, we also then support your tracks in our bigger playlists. And as part of our course, we actually send out your tracks as part of our trade series with other friends and influencers that have big playlists on a Friday. And we help to try and get our course members on all these other bigger playlists as well. Number 4 is online tools. There are a couple of good online tools. Playlist Supply is one of them, and Playlist Hunter, owned by the guys from Burstimo channel. Both are considerable prices. Playlist Supply is $20 a month. Playlist Hunter is a bit cheaper, but both do a similar job. If you'd like me to do a review of both of them, let me know in the comments below and I can check them out and review them. Basically, they allow you to put the genre or a keyword into the search and it basically brings out and does all the hard work for you and brings out a list of all the playlists, again, that have that name in the title or description. And it gives you all the email addresses in a column. You can also export them to a spreadsheet and it literally does all the hard work for you. So if you've got a bit of cash that you can spend on these, it's definitely advisable and we use them for Data Transmission all the time to find more playlists for our artists and labels and course members. Both these systems give you a load of information about the tracks and playlists as well. They give you popularity scores and how when they're updated. Playlist Supply does it really well. But Playlist Hunter also as well, you can really define your search. You know, you can really narrow your search or widen your search to more specific and more further afield playlists. Again, both allow you to export to a CSV or spreadsheet, which then you can kind of keep that updated and keep adding to. Number 5 is Chartmetric. Chartmetric is a system that's $140 a month, so it's big cost and it's also big data. Big labels will use this because it gives you access to loads of data around playlists, around artists, and you can see what other artists' playlists have been on. You can see like email addresses, you can get really loads of information about the playlist, how many streams they get for each playlist, and tons of data, but it's super expensive. So if you're a label or an artist and you're a little bit further in your career and you want to spend more to get more information, Chartmetric is definitely for you. There is a free option, but it's super limited. I definitely think you can do more with the previous 2 options, Playlist Supply and Playlist Hunter. Either one of those is they're amazing. With all these options, you will want to go and do the research when it comes to the playlists. You want to check what music's in these playlists and dig through them and see if the playlist is actually right for your music. You want to get your music sandwiched between other tracks in your genre and really around other music that's similar to you. This will then put loads of good touch points and loads of good data into the Spotify algorithm, which will then help you with the algorithmic playlists and growing your streams and your fans through the Spotify algorithm. Get your pitch right, and then when you do pitch your tracks via either email or DM, if you get a message back saying we can accept your track, but we need a donation for that track to be included in our playlist, I personally would swerve this. Firstly, it's against the terms of Spotify. And also, that money you could be spending on those playlists can stack up massively when it comes to each release. That money could be put into building your own playlist and spend on your own ads to build your own playlist. And if you've not done that, again, check that video, it's below, and build your playlist so you're building your own base. You can then use that base to trade and do trades, which is completely acceptable. For those that don't know, a trade is where you would send your track plus your playlist in the email and say, hey, this is the track I'm considering for your playlist. If you have any music that's right for my playlist, I accept trades. Both is mutually kind of agreed. One will say, yes, this track's right for me. You'll say, yes, it's right for me. And then the trade will happen. And there's no payment involved. You will find that loads of these big playlist owners are supporting DJs and producers, and they have their own kind of music they're trying to push. So a load of them will be open to trades. So you'll find that by building your own base and your own playlist and using the money you might spend on doing paid options and building that base over a long period of time, it's going to be much better for you. Always think long game. Finally, in the comments, if you've got a playlist, comment it below. Let us also know what genre you support and what genre your playlist is based around. And then anyone commenting, if you're the same, network in the comments. Let's use these comments to build a network of playlists that we can each support each other. Do you need some more help with Spotify as a DJ and producer? I've made a handy downloadable guide which gives you loads of information, promotional tips to grow as DJs on the platform and make the most out of your next coming releases. If you want to grab it, it's in the link below. If you found this video useful, can you do me a massive favor and give it a like and drop me a comment to let me know what your biggest takeaway was, or if there's anything I've missed, let me know in the comments below as well. YouTube is now going to recommend you another video to watch in the series to help you level up your Spotify, and I will see you in the next video. See you soon. Bye-bye.